Good morning, fellow Cameroonians at home and abroad. This is Chairman Capo Daniel of PRAP, the People's Rights Advocacy platform. I want to welcome all of you again to this platform. My Francophone brothers, pardon me because I can't speak French very well, but I'll try when it comes to. This is a platform where we insist on speaking the truth, be accountable to the general public, and to uphold the public interest. So today we want to come to talk about the political landscape in Cameroon and to give you the most crucial information that we have. We have had details about the conversation of Marco Rubio, he's the Secretary of State of the United States of America. He has had a direct phone call with Paul Biya, the president of Cameroon, to congratulate him. We know that is just a diplomatic language for cover because he had congratulated Paul Biya already, but they have a conversation. We believe is a following up picture for Issa Tchiroma to be able to return to Cameroon. So we have the confirmation now that this has happened, and we want to tell you what exactly it means. First of all, the most important thing all Cameroonians should know is that the elections are coming up in March 2026. They were postponed by Paul Biya, so we have a little bit time, just a very short window. The CPDM are already working hard on the field. They had a big meeting in Bui, setting up divisional headquarters, candidates, and representatives in their polling station, and they are doing trainings already. This is what is happening on the ground. So, they are organizing their wings in the diaspora already. They are contacting people in the diaspora, trying to set up themselves for the coming elections, while the oppositions are now still struggling with the terrain. Understand that the CPDM people have all the resources of the Cameroon government. Yes, I'm bringing you this thing because nobody else will be talking about this thing to you, the Cameroon people. So, we want to lay out all the significant issues that have happened. That was the intro. So, we start with Marco Rubio. So, the United States have called, Marco Rubio personally have spoken to Paul Biya. To talk to Paul Biya, we believe is about a follow-up for Issa Tchiroma to be guaranteed that he can come back to Cameroon without being arrested or harassed and continue his political movement. So we believe this is the ultimate approval that Issa Tchiroma can come back to Cameroon. So we expect Issa Tchiroma to return to Cameroon next week. This is a very big deal, and it shows that the international oversight is over Cameroon, and that should reduce the risk of intimidation and government hardliners like Paul Atanganji, who are tempted to try to arrest or ban the political party of Issa Tchiroma. Issa Tchiroma has done everything by the books. We think that he's a very smart person to have this move. We saw that he sent a personal envoy from Nigeria, a very respectable businessman, highly connected politicians. These are people who make things happen in Nigeria, to visit Cameroon. We know that he was received by Paul Biya in Etoudi. So Paul Biya has been directly engaged in all these things. So we believe that it will cushion Issa Tchiroma. We know that he made an offer, a phone call with Issa Tchiroma before the elections was determined. Paul Biya is the main person in that country that says everything. He's the god there. So the fact that it is at his level, we believe that Issa Tchiroma should now return to Cameroon. That is our advice to him. So we have talked about the law in Cameroon, and we want our people to know. Elections are coming, parliamentary elections, senatorial elections. The law says that in Cameroon, every Cameroonian by birth above the age of 21 have the right to run for elections so long as you have been in that country for 1 year. That is the only condition according to the law. But beyond this rule, there are strategic matters that we want our people should know, especially the opposition. There is a movement for change in Cameroon that is being led by Issa Tchiroma. Movement for change is not a political party. It's just a name that we give for this push for everybody who wants to see change in Cameroon. So we saw that in this past election, places where you had low voters turnout, primarily areas that were dominated by Maurice Kamto and the conflict area in the northwest and southwest and the northern part of Cameroon, those are the area primarily where the government cheated. Why and how did they cheat in this region? They inflated votes. Why? Because the Cameroon bylaw for election requires election to be certified by ELECAM, and in cases where there are representatives of other political parties, for them to certify that result, they must sign that result. So in areas where there were no political representative, ELECAM simply made up election result. That is how Paul Biya won the election. And you also had the issue of the Central Counting Committee that do not exist for parliamentary election and senatorial election. So it's going to be very difficult for Cameroon government to steal the coming election. People may not like to hear this, but we have to focus on the next election that is coming up in Cameroon. It is very critical that Issa Tchiroma is back on the field and organizing all the political parties to come together and see how they can better present the chance of the Cameroonian people to secure and participate in their government in a meaningful manner. Oh, sorry, I have a phone call that has interrupted me. So this is very important. The presidential election in Cameroon is over. Paul Biya is the president of Cameroon, whether we like it or not. Is he the legitimate president of Cameroon? No, he is not. Our opinion and the stand of PRAP is that Paul Biya rigged and stole this election, and the election result declared does not reflect the reality on the ground. That is our opinion. That is the opinion of everybody. But what can we do? He has been recognized by the international community and now has in possession all the instruments of the state. We can't do anything about it. What we can do is to secure the future of Cameroon for the people of Cameroon. We have to do that. I remember when I was telling people 2 years ago that we have to prepare for this presidential election, a lot of these agents of the Republic of Cameroon were coming out to try to stigmatize me so that people will not listen to what we say. It is important. We cannot afford to get tired. We cannot afford to be lazy or to feel discouraged. Paul Atanganji and all the Leviathans, the vampires of the regime, they are praying and hoping that we are tired, that you are discouraged, that you come to the point where you think that elections do not matter, that it comes to the point where you think that we can surrender our country in the hands of hoodlums, like we did in the Anglophone region during our Ambazonia struggle. Some Ambazonia people have called me, hey Capo Daniel, are you talking about Cameroon or Ambazonia? Listen to me and listen very clearly. The declaration of independence made by Etoudi has failed for recognition. Also, equally, the Cameroon assimilation of us Anglophones have failed. But we must now come together to be realistic. 95% of the population of Cameroon do not want the Anglophone regions to be separated. Even Issa Tchiroma can never agree that Southern Cameroon should be separated. It is no longer possible. Focusing on that Ambazonian cause only retard us Anglophones and take us backward. It will not help us. It will destroy us completely. Look at what they have turned our struggle into. The group of Ayabacho, their main opponent is Agbobala, is Capo Daniel, is all of us Anglophone. Can't you see the manipulation the regime has done and transformed this war? They are the ones who are sponsoring this war. They are the ones they want the war to continue. Issa Tchiroma, Paul Atanganji, they need this war to continue. They are doing everything to make sure that they don't negotiate. Chris Anu wants to negotiate. Etoudi wants to negotiate. All Anglophone leaders want to negotiate. Except Sako Ekome, that has it's inside their hands. But the government don't want to negotiate. They don't want to solve the problem because it helps them. My people, understand those things. The only way we Anglophone can have greater freedom and ever have the freedoms and the prosperity we have is for us to come back home and speak from that base as Cameroonians and make the bargain that we need to bargain for our own people. There is no choice. Absolutely no choice. We have demonstrated everything, and you see how the capacity of our people. I struggle to secure negotiation supported by the Pope. Guess how ridiculous it was made by our other platforms in the Ambazonia struggle. Do you think we have any prospect that they will be able to do anything like that? People are using this social media space as some type of experiment. Jobless people using it to raise money on YouTube to live their life. You know how hardworking I am. I have what I need to succeed in life. But I do this for our people. And our people should know the difference between people who are focused, who have the heart, who have the calling to fight for the people, to represent the people and push for meaningful change for the people. And people who are there for social media experiment, trying to seek attention and just play with the life of millions of people. It's very important. Our refugee needs to go home. Our political prisoner needs to be released. We have to bring back security back in our region and development so that people can be able to visit back their home. The people in the diaspora cannot even go back home. We have to solve this problem. And this is the only way we can solve it. There is no other alternative. Trust me, there is none. So there are some disinformation campaigns that are going on. The first one is about Etoudi, that Ferdinand Gongo went out to meet Etoudi in Kondengi, offering him bribe, and he was chased away. These are all fabrication that the regime are doing. They know that Etoudi and his supporters, not that the supporters of Etoudi will be very happy to say that Etoudi chased them away, and then they are going to give legitimacy to this fake story that they gave to Success Congo and Nambere and others like Nick Santos to go out and promote this false narrative to show the Cameroonian people, Francophones in particular, that Ferdinand Gongo wants to solve the Anglophone problem. That Frank Biya wants to solve the Anglophone problem. But we know that is not the reality. These are the people that Paul Biya himself was hiding negotiation in Canada from. So do not be deceived by this misinformation campaign. There's another campaign that the Nigerian government have refused to repatriate Issa Tchiroma. That Issa Tchiroma, the Cameroon government have demanded that Nigerian government should return Issa Tchiroma to Cameroon, as though there is any official confirmation that Issa Tchiroma is in Nigeria. We know very well how the world works. Cameroon government cannot apply for repatriation of Issa Tchiroma when they don't have any proof that he's in Nigeria. They cannot apply for repatriation when Nigeria does not even have custody. The government of Nigeria does not have custody of somebody. That is not how the world works or how the law works. But they pay agents to sow confusion and chaos in the mindset of our people so that they don't know where to get real and tangible information that can help them. This disinformation campaign, we must counter it, and our people must stop entertaining those who spread this fake news. The other danger is from people who make reality of their own. They sit in their own show because they cannot do the hard job to pursue policy that can help the people. They start making up stuff, creating storyline and maintaining those storyline. They have already created in their head that Issa Tchiroma is going to free Cameroon by force. It doesn't matter whether Issa Tchiroma is going to do it or not. They start to create evidence of him doing it and building up this fake reality of themselves, which is where we find ourselves in the Anglophone region with scammers taking over our public discourse about our future. This should never happen. Please, please, leave Ambazonian fake news and stupid propaganda when you are coming to talk about the whole of Cameroon, because it will just make us stupid in front of our Francophone brothers and sisters. Leave Ambazonian propaganda behind before you come and talk about Cameroon. We have learned a lesson. I don't want to be calling names. It's useless because we want people to have a second chance to come back and let us continue in civilized way. Our people deserve it. Our people deserve better treatment, better services in social media, better service in media and everything. So my country people them, the Secretary of State for America, Marco Rubio, na very big diplomat, na man where he talk for Trump in behalf directly. He don't call Paul Biya, he talk for Paul Biya. We believe say na follow up the conversation for guarantee say me the level me Issa Tchiroma come back for Cameroon. If they get assurance, say American then get this high level for confirm for Issa Tchiroma, say yes, if you go back, we'll for your back. Then we believe say Issa Tchiroma fi come back. Marco Rubio one call it so where Issa Tchiroma ran send some big man for Nigeria when a big respectful person he come from Nigeria, we don't talk about them, can meet up Paul Biya for Etoudi. The fact that Paul Biya says be in charge for this conversation, they may show us in a thing way if he reduce the risk. There is always a risk. See, they go sit try for arrest Issa Tchiroma or for kill you or for do this and that. But believes in a man will be capable for handling his own security. So we go expect Issa Tchiroma go to come back for Cameroon by next week based on our conversation with other people the way them be close for a camp. So now the thing in that way they happen. Election they come for March 2026 as Paul Biya be postponed. So it don't give we small window. The CPDM they already make the arrangement. Then get big meeting for Bui. For arrange people where they go there for all polling station them and arrange their candidate them before time they want come. If the opposition they never even start, where they no first get money, the government get all state apparatus and loyalty from civil servant them for be able to pull off any way they want for do am. If opposition they no start for do the hard work now for mobilize, the same thing will be happen for the presidential election, it will happen again. So the call on all political party now will get the movement for change for Cameroon. That means all my way want change for Cameroon. Me then gather na Issa Tchiroma it lead this movement because no be political party. all political parties, they need to come together, work together for synchronize their activities so that they can get representative for all polling stations them. Because we'll be know how a Cameroon government will be cheat for the past election. The way they cheat now how? Polling station the way it no be get representative for political party, elect them do write any number put them for it. And when they go to constitutional court, they ask they say, "Una show proof so no one dispute this figure." They no begin no proof because they no begin no man for ground. The only proof where they be accepted for constitutional council na signature way people the way they live for that polling station they be sign them. So it be important me them coordinate, make sure say then get the complete map for this election because they no go bring new electoral list. Make sure say they get the list for all polling station. Work together with community leaders, civil society leaders, traditional authorities, quarter heads to ensure that there is a representative and even witness representative in all polling stations. And they have candidate field in all positions. They should synchronize. Maurice Kamto should be able to support the campaign of Issa Tchiroma, his candidate. Issa Tchiroma should be able to support the candidate of Maurice Kamto and vice versa and all over Cameroon. Then we'll be able to seize power from this regime from one stage to another. This is the best option to seize power. The best option is not to go and be crying about what has happened. The best option is not to go and start thinking that war is going to come and start lying about war is coming. Go and look for fake videos and come and recycle them and create stories. Propaganda does not win. Propaganda requires real things behind. And when we don't see the real things behind, we will not put the propaganda in front. So wake up, Cameroonians. Wake up. Let us not abandon this country in the hands of these leviathans and vampires and wicked evil people. Let us shame them on every pulpit and on every platform. Let us shame them. Issa Tchiroma is the president-elect. Paul Biya is a fake president that was put there by fraud. And God would disgrace him. The Bible he put his hand on to swear. Whether you want to say inshallah or whatever, we will call on the name of God to come upon him. God will not allow him to make ridicule of his spirit. God bless everybody.